Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Mostly.
We've been given a true gift, okay? A true gift. Now,
Yeah.
you can give yourself a gift if you go to our
A free gift.
free gift.
The best gift of the year.
We try and do a weekly gift of bad horror and action movie reviews done by us. So if you like what you hear, please give yourself the gift of this podcast and go follow, like, subscribe anywhere you find podcasts.
Anywhere you find podcasts. And if there's somewhere where you would like this podcast, but we're not there yet, please let us know.
Yeah, we take comments. We are listening to you guys. We got a bunch of recommendations from
We got some
some
requests,
people. So
and I assure you, they are on the list.
Yep, they've been added. Like I said, we're gonna do like a special kind of like shout out episodes every 10 episodes?
So far, every 10, yeah.
Yeah, every 10 episodes we'll be doing requests. So look out for that. But yeah, if you like us, please help out the channel however you can. Really makes us happy, which makes you happy because we make better content when we're happy.
Because you get to
listen to shit like this.
You get to learn about the devil's gift.
Yes, and this is the gift that we received today, although it's not really like a good gift. Do you remember that old video where the kid receives like an avocado? He's like, "Oh, it's an avocado." That's kind of how I feel about receiving this gift.
It's a thing.
It's certainly a movie.
I will have things to say.
I mean, I will too, but I don't have a lot to say.
No, there's not a lot to say.
There's not much substance here.
No, there really isn't.
So we'll do our best. It's in a nutshell, basically, it's a possession movie. It's about
a monkey doll,
like
the one with the symbols.
Like a demon possesses a monkey doll. That's pretty much all you need to know going into this movie.
And unfortunately,
I
will get there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So, yeah, we watched The Devil's Gift from 1984 tonight. Let's get into it.
So, the film does start with a very adorable miniature.
I actually, didn't hate this scene just because it's, the only scene in the entire movie where they actually kind of tried.
Well, because they have a miniature, and we get, this fancy pants tracking shot through the miniature, right? And then it's this house, and there's someone in there playing with an Ouija board.
Yeah, a woman's talking to, I guess, a dead husband or something. It doesn't really say who she's talking to, but she keeps referring to him as Steven.
Yeah, and but in the room there's all these creepy dolls, right? So it's what could go wrong?
Yeah,
sure.
Right. Yeah, nothing can go wrong.
No, yeah, fine. But now she keeps talking, and eventually, she's like, "Is Steven here?" And then the thing moves up to the word "no."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, who is this? Who's the Joker?" And
he spells out what does she say? I didn't really understand.
I don't fucking know what she says, because here's the problem. Here's the issue. First of all, this is a twofer. Okay. Number one, this is a VHS copy. Okay. And not a good VHS copy.
Well, it's one of those movies where literally there was so little notoriety that literally all they got was a VHS release.
So it's you got your OG VHS that probably came out right in 84, and that's it. And nothing. Now, The other problem is you have that combined with the fact that they used one of those microphones in this movie that picks up everything.
Well, it's probably a they probably didn't have a crew specifically for this, so basically it's not one of a person holding a boom mic. It might just be the mic on the camera.
If this was a shitty film, I would agree, but maybe.
Well, no, maybe they had an audio crew. Maybe they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
But it's I'm not joking. Everything, every car, every bug, every bird, every creak in the house, every noise is picked up. So there's a lot of scenes where just can't fucking tell what the fuck they're saying. And this is one of those scenes because it like spells out like a name or something.
Well, and she says it, but it's more like a word or like
She's like
a saying.
A goose, like I
A goose, frob, yeah, something like that. Like, you know, it's like
monkey man.
Yeah.
Okay.
demon possessed this monkey toy, please.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But essentially, after this, house starts shaking. All the dolls start moving, and a storm happens.
Well, and then like there's lightning striking. Lightning like cracks open a tree on the property.
A candle falls over, lights a curtain on fire, and
She
then the
gets
room's
all
on fire
creeped
too.
out because her toys are all going insano style.
And we see the monkey man with the symbol, and it slowly starts. It gets ready. Gets ready to clap. Will you know? It starts moving its arms over.
I love
ready
how
to clap.
this is like the main feature of the film. So
Is
like
watching
this
this.
is how the deaths occur.
This is how
And
they build suspense.
I honestly, they're trying to build suspense, but it is, for some reason for me, I don't know why.
It's funny.
It is hilarious to watch this monkey toy, like its eyes light up, and then it just slowly starts to open the symbol while like looking at the person it's gonna kill.
And you know that once it claps.
Well, and you know, like their time's done when
Yeah.
when the chime goes.
But the problem is, so this first scene, I mean, we were cackling like crazy because it starts doing that like slowly, and then when it claps, a fucking lightning hits the house and fucking blows up this room to smithereens.
well, the problem, I think
They blow their load.
the problem is this is the only exciting thing that happens.
Well, they
Aside from like the very like in scene, but even that's not that exciting. It's supposed to be the big climactic like like
we'll get there.
scene, but it doesn't even come close to this.
No, we'll nah. Listen,
Nothing.
this is it. This is the big load. This is the money shot. They blew it on your face right in the 5 minutes of the opening of the movie, and it's fine. I'm not. This isn't the worst movie ever, but it does have this. This lingers over the rest of the movie.
Here's what I was gonna say in the beginning. Like, I think one of the worst sins like a movie can commit is it can be a bad movie, but as long as you're entertaining,
Right. It's fine.
you can struggle through, right? Like you can, as long as a movie is entertaining and has shit going on that you're interested in, or that like audience would be interested in to captivate them or to like keep their interest. You can make a decent movie. You can make a shitty movie like that people want to watch by having entertaining shit in it.
Right.
The problem is, the biggest sin I think is making a movie that's boring. Like not bad,
Yeah.
boring. Because yes, this is a bad movie, but it's also really boring.
Not a lot happens.
So like, that's like it just made it like a kind of a struggle to get through.
Because after this,
Not as much as like some movies, but like the show really drags,
Yeah.
and it's only an hour and 27 minutes.
Because after this, the rest of the movie is spent with this dad, his son, and his like girlfriend.
Well, and get used to like this one like house location.
And it's like this one house, and a lot of it is just like it's just like very basic kind of domestic scenes. Very basic.
What's that kind of day-to-day shit? Like it doesn't even show him going to work. It shows him like
Getting ready.
getting ready for work.
or he's at home after.
He'll like go to work. You don't see him at work.
Yeah.
And then literally it'll jump to him after work.
And it's like scenes of them talking, scenes of him being all romantic with
There's
the
not much.
girlfriend,
There's
and
not much substance here for about, I don't know, what would you say, like 30 minutes?
a long time.
Yeah.
And then
it's
and occasionally scenes of him talking to the neighbor
right. Well, and
because they're bros.
eventually what's kind of starts happening is he'll come home and his plants are dead.
Well, you forget because the reason this starts is one day.
It's the kid's birthday party.
The mom is walking around town and she walks past a like antique shop and she sees the monkey in the window, so she buys it. Kid's birthday party is happening. He opens it up. It's the monkey. He loves it. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Also, random thing. There's a shit ton of references to E.T. in this. There's Star Wars references.
And listen,
Ult-
I wish.
Ultraman, was it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish. They did the Ultraman animated series from the 80s. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know.
There's two other cartoons in this, but I don't know what they are.
I don't know if you guys know, but I am a huge Ultraman fan.
Will's a nerd.
I love Ultraman, all of them.
I can't believe we have a nerd on this podcast. That's so unspeakable.
I'm not a nerd. What are you talking
I
about?
cannot believe that, sir.
If you're a longtime listener, you'll know I love this shit because we watched like Inframan, and
did
I was
watch
like a
Inframan.
huge fan of that. And anything to do with like fucking
Dudes in
giant
suits.
monsters, dudes in suits, like a team up, especially like a group of like people getting together to fight a common enemy, especially if it's a giant fucking alien or a giant lizard monster. I'm
Epic.
all here for. I am here for that. So I did appreciate the Ultraman nod, but in this kind of movie, who the fuck cares?
It's fine. I will say there are a lot of scenes with the kid watching cartoons, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we don't know how to fill out like a minute. Let's have another scene of him watching a cartoon.
Well, they kind of try to establish that the kid watches the cartoons like way loud, which I guess plays into a certain like
One scene.
one
it's fine.
scene. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Will. It's fine.
Yeah, set it up. Set up foreshadowing for one fucking scene.
It's
and not
fine.
even like a good, like not even like a payoff scene.
It's fine. I suppose it could be worse, you know? It could be no payoff.
So the kid has a birthday party. She buys the monkey. Gives
Immediately.
the kid loves the monkey, and then weird shit starts happening. Like his plants will die.
Yeah, the guy comes home one day, all the plants are dead.
Yeah.
All of them.
He asks his neighbor. Neighbor has no idea what's going on.
And it's plants that he's taking care of for his mom.
Yes.
We'll get there.
He's plant sitting.
I guess. Whatever.
Or is he house sitting? What?
Plant sitting?
I guess.
I don't know.
They don't
I don't
explain that.
fucking know, Will. I don't fucking know. But and then it's
Goldfish dies.
Goldfish dies.
Yeah.
He claps. No, the fly.
Oh, that's right. The guy's dealing like he's
like looking
doing
at
some
papers,
paperwork.
and there's a fly bugging him, and the monkey does its thing where he gets ready.
I mean,
clap,
what a bro. Flies
Yeah.
are annoying as fuck.
and it claps the fly,
What a bro.
and then the next.
I mean,
time,
not a bro for killing everything else.
everything
but,
happens after this.
But a bro for killing a fly. I mean, if I had a magical demon monkey that
Killed
that
pests.
killed pests, you best believe I'd keep that shit. I hate haunted shit, but I'd keep that shit in my house.
Easy.
I'd be like, please, for the love of God, give me that.
But then it's like the next day he comes home, and as soon as he comes home, clap.
Goldfish is dead.
Goldfish is dead, and they bury the goldfish. And then after this is, oh yes, it's the dog, because they have a dog named Sparkle, and
Spark.
He's-
So
the
he's
dad's
working on the car.
for some reason,
And
there's a lot of for some reason in this movie.
Well, it's because there's like literally no explanations for why scenes happen. They just happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of times when you're watching this and like a
There's
scene
like
starts.
there's like no setup in this.
Well, it's like a scene
movie.
will start and you're kind of like it takes you a little bit to like adjust because you're just like, wait, what is this like? Is this the next day? Is this the next? What's happening? Like,
There's no sense of time.
yeah, things just start. So it's like whatever scene starts, he's working on his car.
Yeah.
Okay, and then everyone's home, and he has to go talk to the neighbor for something.
Yeah.
And so he walks away, the dog runs into the garage, and like the door closes, locks the dog in the garage, and I'm just like, okay, because up till now, every scene has just been monkey claps and everything just drops dead without any like build up. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen, and then
Well, now the monkey is getting more elaborate.
yeah, because now it pops. Oh, because he's like I think he's like changing the oil or something in his car, and he has like a vat of it just sitting there, and the monkey pops a light bulb in the garage,
And then like
and it starts a fire.
the woman is hanging out with the girlfriend is hanging out with the
The kid.
the son.
He's watching cartoons.
And she looks over at the monkey, and its eyes light up, and she gets kind of like possessed. And then you hear like Sparkle whining because there's like smoke filling up
Yeah.
the garage. And then she goes over to the TV and just turns it up.
And just turns up. And because initially I was like, I wasn't sure. But then when she turns up the TV, you're like, oh, she's like possessed by this thing.
And the main guy is working with the neighbor on his car.
Yeah.
And so he thinks he left a tool, so he goes over to the... He starts walking to the garage, but the neighbor's like, oh, I found it, whatever.
And in the meantime, the whole time, they keep cutting to the monkey, like, getting the clap
Getting the clap ready.
And, you know, eventually the guy's, like, done, and he's,
Well,
like,
he finally sees smoke.
Yeah.
And he, like, tries to open the garage, and then...
Doesn't open.
He tries to go back, and then the monkey claps.
He walks in, sees all the smoke and the fire, and the dog is dead. They bury the dog, you know, shenanigans continue. I think literally, like, almost right after this, they're, like, in bed, and...
Well, he also... I guess we should mention, he also has, like, these weird, vivid, like, nightmares.
He has one at this point.
Because there's a nightmare where he finds his son, like, dead in the bathtub.
Drowned. This
Yeah.
is the first one. Now we get, because it's, like, nighttime, and again, monkey's eyeballs light up.
The woman gets out of bed.
Gets out of bed and walks to the room of the kid and just kind of staring at him. And in the meantime,
Our dude's having a nightmare about him getting married to this woman.
And it's like his family, and they're all like smiling at him.
But he doesn't know where his son is.
He's also naked in the nightmare.
He's wearing like pajamas.
Pajamas.
Pajama bottoms.
But that's it. But he's like, where's Michael? And she just keeps saying he's being taken care of. He starts like running around and runs far away, and then he's back at the wedding, and
They're all
where's
like
Michael?
creepy, smiling at him. And then in real life, she like takes the pillow underneath Michael's head
And starts smothering him.
and starts trying to smother him. And he starts kind of hearing the struggle and tries to wake himself up, and then finally does. But right when he does, the monkey like looks over and the eyes shut off.
And it like puts its hands
It's
back.
like an oh shit moment. Like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
And it puts its arms back.
This is the only time this monkey does it, because every other time it does not give a solitary fuck if the guy's
Nope.
looking at it.
It does not give a shit.
like this is the only time it's like, oh fuck, okay, all right, I'll stop.
Yeah. But yeah, he runs in there, and she's like, oh, he's having a nightmare. Michael's having a nightmare. It's fine. He starts investigating eventually.
Yeah, so he goes back to the antique store and asks the woman, where the monkey's from. She's like, oh, I'm not a manager.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they got the toy. And he goes to a psychic.
His friend, like his coworker or something.
His coworker recommends getting a psychic to see what's going on with all
And
this
we get
weird
like
stuff.
literally a minute-long scene where he talks to the psychic, and she tells him about demons possessing like objects.
And
he's like,
boy, does she love Jesus.
and she has like 50 Jesus things in her,
This medium
table.
loves Jesus.
which this is the first time I've seen that in like a movie. But if this it's like a 1 minute scene, and she's just like, yeah, demons possess objects sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I believe you.
It's like, chill. All right, cool.
Cool. Awesome. And then, but she's like, is there anything you can think of? And he's like, no, I can't.
Well, and she even mentions the thing of like, okay, so if it's like a certain thing, if you find out what it is, don't let whatever item it is.
Yeah, like act normal.
know that it's that.
You have to act like don't let
You have
it
to
know
act
that you're
casual,
like,
which leads to actually like the second like best entertaining scene. It's hilarious.
I did not think I'd see this, but I did.
But anyway, so he goes back, and then
Well, we get a scene where...
oh no, he's running around, and like the woman, like the girlfriend, is taking care of the son.
Yeah.
And the monkey's eyes light up, and she's like, "Okay, Michael."
She's giving him a bath.
Time to go to bed. And then they gives the kid a bath, and the arms start opening up, and you know what's gonna happen. She starts trying to drown the kid, and then
The guy comes home.
and
He
hears
freaks the fuck out.
Well,
Understandably.
I mean, I would. I mean, anyone would.
No, I will say
That's it. This is actually a realistic reaction.
I will say this was realistic because I was expecting like the movie thing where they're like, oh, it's no big deal, because I feel like that happens in movies where it's like, you know, you walk in on your girlfriend trying to drown your fucking kid, and they're just like, oh, it's an act.
Oh, it's fine. Whatever.
It's just misunderstanding. But no, he's like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
He's like, get out of my house.
But because this
I didn't expect it to go this far, but
he's like pushing her out of the house, and she trips over like, you know, this like little thing,
yeah,
and falls down like the front steps of the house,
and like cracks her head open,
and basically cracks her skull, and then it's like, next scene.
Now I mean, you don't see the actor ever again.
No,
but she is
Here.
alive in the canon.
She's alive because later on they do mention that she's like
An intensive. She just got out of the intensive care unit.
So, you know.
But there's no like repercussions. Like there's no like investigation on why she was drowning him.
No, because they ask
drowning
like
her,
the neighbor asks
drowning
like
the kid, or
you know, he asks like, well, did they ever find out like why she like snapped and tried to do that? And he's like, no, they're just like, they're still investigating. That's the last you hear.
It's just so weird because they like literally never mention like repercussions for her trying to drown this kid.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, they don't have time for that. Okay,
We don't got time. We only got an hour and 27
we
minutes.
ain't got time. So now she's out of the picture.
She's gone.
This is where he's like, okay, I got to get rid of this thing.
Gets another nightmare.
Yeah.
He gets my favorite nightmare personally. I wanted to see more of this thing, but unfortunately not, because he gets a nightmare where he like comes home and he's carrying like a comical amount of groceries.
He's like, I got something special for you.
He's literally carrying like 5 bags of groceries in his fucking arms, and he's like, Michael, where are you? I got something for you. And then he like, you know, sees his dead body in the kitchen, and then he's like freaking out, and
there's also blood all over.
There's blood everywhere. But he's walking. He bumps into this like monkey demon thing.
The demon vomits blood all over him,
and then like scratches his face, and he has like gashes on his face.
And then he like wakes up on the couch and like leans over, and then you see that like an arm come up and grab him, and then he wakes up in bed.
Then he's actually up. But this is where he oh my god, he talks to the psychic again and is like, okay, yeah, it's the fucking monkey. It's Monkey Man.
Like he thinks about it, and he's like, okay, every time something bad has happened, I've heard the monkey like chime.
Yeah.
And like I know it's the monkey.
And so she's
like, you got to get rid of that.
She gives him a special job, a special assignment. She makes him the sheriff of Demon Town.
Sheriff of Demon Town. Because here's the thing.
Please explain.
We know what a pentagram looks like, right?
I would hope we do, yes.
Like,
it's a horror podcast.
And you can...
I would hope you know what it looks like.
I hope everyone does. Anyone who watches Supernatural like knows what a pentagram looks like. It's like basically the entire logo.
Yeah, seriously. Any like horror thing.
Like it's such an iconic image. Like there's no way no one knows what a pentagram, but apparently they didn't.
Well,
it's okay. It's technically a pentagram, but it's so stupid because it's not like a drawn pentagram, right? Like
yeah.
It's not like the circle and the star like that looks like hand drawn. Mm-hmm. No, instead they went with like a pewter filled in star with a fucking circle, or like a thick circle around it.
It looks like a
sheriff star.
And so I'm just like, is the sheriff of Demon Town? Because that's what it fucking looks like.
Like as he walks in, all like fucking hands on hips, and he's like, "This house ain't big enough for the both of us."
Pilgrim.
Hey, Pilgrim. Well, you best be getting along now, you hear?
Well, my favorite thing, so he comes home, right, with his new sheriff star, and
okay, so here's the other stupid thing. She tells him to keep it on him at all times.
For protection, yeah.
And what is the first thing he does is get ready for a shower and put it on the fucking, like, towels.
So I'm like, so he gets in the shower.
This careless fuck just is like, here you go. I don't really need this.
He can't be the sheriff of Demon Town. But yeah,
He's not cut out to
he's
be
not
the
cut out for this job.
sheriff of Demon Town.
Not everyone
Okay?
can be.
No.
But he fucking goes to the shower, and like I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. Not this, but he like closes the shower door, and of course it like fucking locks on him, and then he like the water turns off. He's got like soap in his eyes, and then the water becomes like blazing hot. Just fucking blazing hot.
I'm sorry. I would. This is like a horrific instance, but like this scene is so lame. It's just him flailing around in this tiny shower.
I will say this scene goes on for a long fucking time.
They thought they were doing something here, and it's pretty lame.
Because he just flails around.
Well, then it eventually starts like spraying blood at him.
Well, also
and turns on a heat lamp.
Eventually, it starts moving.
Yeah,
at first-
because he's trying to get out, and it's like moving his move,
And it's like-
matching his
Yeah,
movements.
but then also after the blood, it starts spraying like mud, kind of, or chocolate if you prefer.
When he tries to like cover it up with a rag,
And then the rag gets
and
hot.
then oh, surprise, surprise!
So of course he drops it, screams "ow!" Also, the whole time he's flailing, he's like screaming
and
"ow!"
then he tries to like climb over the shower, and for some, I don't even know why, because the monkey's about to like chime,
About to clap, yeah.
which is weird because it's like he's dead to rights, like he's fucking dead,
Yeah.
like skin
But it
boiling
stops.
alive. It just stops for it, literally no reason. It just stops because they're like we got to finish the movie. We can't kill our like main
guess.
guy. But like, why have this scene?
I don't know.
Why'd the monkey even start? Like a warning?
I don't know.
But then he's like, okay, I gotta get the fucking rid of this thing. So he puts on his
Well,
sheriff
don't forget,
star.
as he gets out of the shower after the monkey just decides to quit, he like pulls down the towel, and the fucking sheriff star drops there, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, time to clean up this
Puts
town.
it on,
Time to clean up this town and get to work.
and then the next scene, he's just
Time to mount my horse and ride into Demon Town. Get ready for a shootout, cause they're about.
the shootout in this case is you get a little duster and you start dusting around, and you start
And then
whistling.
you precariously put this monkey on the ledge over a garbage bin,
Over a garbage bag.
like a garbage bag, and then
Well,
because
first-
you got to be inconspicuous.
Well,
you
don't
can't
forget-
you can't let the monkey know.
No, because first he does that, right? He puts it on the edge, and then he like smacks it with the duster, and it falls, but it doesn't fall in the bag.
So he repositions the bag and he repositions
Repositions
the monkey.
and then he brings out a vacuum.
He's like, all right, I got this.
And then
This
he-
is like it's
comical.
It's comical. It's
it's
weird.
a comedy scene. It's like a comedy scene. Like,
It's like
it's a spoof.
like you mentioned this movie kind of plays out like a sitcom. It really does in
Yeah.
certain parts. Like this is one of those things where it's like I could see this being a horror episode in a sitcom. Like some.
Do you remember? I know I'm doing a sin by referencing a fucking amazing horror movie right now. But do you remember the part in Drag Me to Hell where she has the fucking coin and she goes to the restaurant?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's figuring out who the fuck to give the cursed coin to.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
And there's like and it's like comical because there's like a guy who's like old and alone, and she's like, "Oh, okay, he's old, he's got nothing to live for." She starts walking over to him, and then his like wife comes over and he's like, "Oh, you got my favorite pie," and she's like, "God fucking damn it."
I love that movie.
Like
so
I,
much.
I again, but that's what it reminds me. It's like it's comical. It's like a comedy
Right,
scene.
well, but the thing with Drag Me to Hell is that is actually
It knows.
a dark comedy, like
Yeah, it
horror
knows what
movie.
it's doing.
It's a horror movie that's comical.
It knows what it's doing.
This is played off like a serious horror movie. That's the difference.
It's played off like nothing, is what I'll say.
Well, because this movie is nothing. But,
literally.
But anyway, so he knocks the monkey into the bag and then takes out the garbage, and then the little fucker, the little kid, starts playing around on his bike
And bumps it over.
bumps it over and finds the fucking monkey.
And then he puts it out. He takes it back to the house, puts it there, and of course, immediately the monkey's it's back to its old tricks.
The light
It's ready.
eyes light up, and we get this weird scene where it's like a girl on a bike,
And a guy in a car.
and he's like, "Oh, hey baby, you want to like put that bike in the back, and I'll take you home?" Or
It's like fuck you,
Yeah.
and like, and it just keeps going, and immediately you know what's happening because the kid's riding around the street on this little thing, And I swear to God, this fucking scene, because they get like close. The dad comes home and he sees the monkey like getting ready to clap, and he's like, "No!" We get the slow mo,
And he like puts his hand in between the cymbals.
and he stops it, and the car stops right before smacking into the kid. And he freaks out. He grabs the monkey. He has the neighbor like take the kid home.
You know what I just thought?
What did you just think? Well,
I'll get to it after we do the big scene.
okay, because yeah, he gets in the car with the monkey.
I just had a thought, so I'll get to. I do have a point, so
He
don't
gets
worry.
he drives far away.
He's gonna bury this fucking thing in the
He
ground.
goes into like the countryside, and he grabs a shovel and the monkey. He's just digging a hole.
He's like, "You think this is gonna stop me?"
Well, first, don't forget the clouds come up.
He's like, "You think some clouds are gonna stop me?"
Starts raining. He's like, you have to
You
do
think-
more than that.
You think if rain is gonna stop me?
Starts thundering. He's like, you gotta do more than that. And he like throws it in there, buries it, and the earth like cracks.
It like opens up, and then he like gets like dragged into this fissure,
He almost falls through.
and then it's adorable because it's a miniature of him,
Obviously,
like a little tiny plastic
because it's like
miniature of him.
they obviously dug a hole, and they had him like hanging off of it. But then they have like shots where it's like a camera in the hole,
But I love it because
but it's like obviously like
it's not moving like a human because it's stiff.
it's a doll.
It's
a toy.
literally a plastic toy,
Which listen,
not like a dummy. It's a plastic toy.
it's a plastic toy that just kind of like
They just wiggle. They're just wiggling it a little bit.
listen. I it's fine. I appreciate
It's adorable.
that because I was expecting nothing, so
Now
they tried.
My thing is, here's what I was gonna get at. What the fuck did that sheriff star do? It didn't protect him from shit.
I'm assuming. Here's my thinking because it's never mentioned again, ever. I get the feeling that after he threw the fucking monkey into the goddamn trash, he probably took it off.
Like a fucking
Like
idiot.
a chunk, because he went to work or
Yeah,
something.
like a fucking idiot.
Because that's what happened. He like went to work, quotation marks, and that was. I'm assuming he couldn't wear his Demon Town Sheriff badge
Hell no.
to work because that's not professional. So that's my guess. But yeah, he's like, he's in this fissure in the earth. He crawls out, and he's like laying there like cackling, like aha, I won. And then a fucking tree falls on him, and the scene just cuts to black.
Well, it
and-
has like a bajillion cuts between him and the fucking tree
Yeah.
falling on him.
But it's like
like,
it falls on him, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is
Yeah.
he dead?
Well, I thought it was gonna end there.
Well, I didn't think it was gonna end there because like there's so much left, but it just like ends and it's the scene. It's the kid watching cartoons, and I'm just like,
Shout out Ultraman. This is when he's
Ultraman.
watching Ultraman.
but I'm just like, is he dead? And then again, like a comedy, it cuts to him walking into the kitchen with like cuts all over his face and a broken arm, and it's like a comedy edit. And then the mom's coming home. Like this is how the movie is. I mean, it's just mom comes home.
Mom comes home and like the guy's like, "Oh, look at how much care I," like because she got a
Bought
present.
new plants.
Yeah, well, and it's pretty you can pretty much guess what the fuck is happening right now because like obviously,
The movie's not over.
yeah, like obviously the movie's not over. You can guess what the fuck the present is for the kid. Like
Sure.
like
Try not to think about this scene too much. But yeah, it's she comes home, she has a present for the kid, and you can, as soon as he pulls it out, you can look at how big it is, and
it's
you're just like,
fucking obvious. I knew from the second that he said, "Can I open my present?" that it's the fucking monkey. Like there's no way it's not.
yeah, he opens the present,
Sure enough, it's the fucking monkey.
and the dad freaks the fuck out and starts like trying to like throw it away or something. I don't even know. And they start running away, and the kid like opens the door to
The biggest bullshit cop out ending.
and door closes, and the house starts shaking, and it cuts to black, and kaboom.
You hear the chime, and the I guess you assume the house exploded.
The monkey exploded them.
Yeah, but you don't see. It's stupid. It's cop out. They couldn't even do another miniature.
They had no
They
money.
couldn't just blow up another miniature.
No.
I don't think it. I mean, maybe it takes a lot of money to build like a just one miniature house to blow up, but
Apparently it does.
just stuff a firecracker in a fucking like
Dollhouse,
house
yeah.
made of toothpicks, and there you go. Like it's a fucking it's a movie no one is gonna watch. Why not show it? Like why not?
They couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it. Like they couldn't
Couldn't
just
fucking do it.
they couldn't fucking just like build one more miniature. They're like, nah,
Oh,
we
God.
blew our fucking load on that beginning shot and on the plastic rendition of our fucking hero's feet.
I love the plastic rendition because I was like, oh, are we just gonna get shots of our dude in like a hole in the ground, pretending that it's a fissure in the earth, and then it cuts to a fucking little fucking action figure hanging off a fucking rock, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's fucking cute.
Yeah, this movie is just fucking boring as shit. Nothing really happens. I mean, there's obviously stuff that happens. I mean, it's a movie, but like nothing of note or like exciting or even like the only remotely entertaining scenes are the beginning and the is that just
I
the beginning?
guess. Well, so here's my problem. There's movies that do that. Okay, I'm
Oh, the beginning and the demon like throwing up.
I'm fine with gotcha endings in horror movies. I am totally fine with that.
Yeah,
It's common. I have no
it happens a lot.
I have no problem with it. The only the issue I have here is that usually when a horror movie does a gotcha ending, what they do is they do that thing where the person wins, right? They do that thing where the person wins against the villain or the evil or whatever, and they win, and they're all happy, and you get that scene where they think they're victorious, right? And everyone's like, yeah, we won. And then you do the gotcha,
Yep.
right? That's how you do it. But my problem here is that this doesn't have that. Because what this has is him laughing, a fucking tree falls on him, and then it just cuts to like a nonsensical goober scene, and then they have a gotcha.
Well, what's weird is like I think
who does
they're-
that?
They're supposed to like have us assume that like it got buried in the fissure, but they didn't explain that. Like it didn't show the monkey like falling into the earth or anything.
No, none of that happens, but it's like,
How does the grandma find the whole monkey? Because she was in like
do
Hawaii.
not try to ask this question
How does
because
she
you are
ha-
not going to get a fucking answer to this question.
Did it fall
Do not
through
do
a
this.
fissure in time?
Do not fucking ask this question. Do not ask this question because if you even try to ask this question, your brain will fucking melt.
It already
It's
has.
not going to make sense
And
ever.
like I said, the biggest sin I think a movie can give you is it's just boring.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie is. There's nothing really to like keep your interest.
No, because like it's not visually. It looks like a fucking like PSA video or something. It just the music is it's stock. It's so stock.
Well, there's nothing like outwardly offensive about it, and I think that's the problem.
And it's like, yeah, there's nothing like, there's no like crazy goofs or like just horrible like acting or horrible filmmaking. It's just stock.
it's just meh.
Like a PSA.
Yeah.
It looks like a PSA you would watch in like middle school. Like it's just bland.
I know what it is. It's a PSA of not collecting creepy shit. Don't buy creepy shit. Don't buy creepy fucking monkey dolls or dolls in general.
Yes.
Listen, just don't.
It's an anti-littering PSA.
Yeah.
It's a PSA that do not go out into
Yeah,
the wilderness.
don't bury toys. Oh, and it's also a PSA of where not to dig.
Yes.
Always call and check for power lines, okay? The more you know.
I know what actually. The other moral here is during the whole movie, during the whole kino of ours, is our dad and the neighbor are like the bros of bros.
Listen.
Bros of bros.
I hate when this happens in these movies because it's like the love The love of his life was
Right there.
all along. Supportive, takes care of the dog,
Cooks.
takes care of his kid, cooks,
Grows corn.
brings him beer when there's a hard time. He's a total fucking bro, and he's totally there for this dude. I'm just saying they should have got together.
Well, I'm just saying that if he got together with this dude, he never would have had the girlfriend bring
Literally
a
no
creepy
problem.
fucking doll into the house.
So honestly, you know, listen, it's just staring him in the face.
It's right there.
It's right there for him to reach out and grab, and
But no, he didn't, and now he's blown up.
he got kaboomed because he couldn't let love in. He couldn't let love into his heart.
He got kaboomed
He got kaboomed
off screen.
because he couldn't love his neighbor.
Yeah, love thy neighbor.
Yes, in that way as well.
Yes. This fucking movie.
But yeah, that was The Devil's Gift. I don't know. Like, there's not much else to say about it, really.
I'm struggling.
Shitty to pretty. Again, it's not necessarily like anything near like the worst thing.
No, it's not. It's
ever.
not.
Like it's just a kind of a just bran flakes of a movie.
Yeah, like I mean, listen, the movie we watched before, fucking Starship Invasions, like that was a worse movie. Like that was way worse than this.
That movie sucked,
But this just,
but at least in Starship Invasions, there was a lot of weird shit going on screen.
I will say, Starship Invasions did technically have more shit
Yes.
happening. It's like pick your poison. I don't know.
I honestly, if I like gun to my head, if I had to watch another movie, like again,
Pick Starship Invasions.
no, I'd pick this.
Okay, I was gonna say because like
I would no, I couldn't sit through
There's
Starship
because
Invasions
here's the thing,
again. There's
like,
nothing redeemable there. There's nothing redeemable here, to be fair. But at least like Starship Invasions, like
the thing about Starship Invasions is one of those movies where there's just that moment when you're watching it, and you're so annoyed that you kind of like you do that thing where you start to like rub your eyes like really fucking hard. You start to rub your eyes and you like or you kind of like you grab the side of your head and you start squeezing real hard and you think that like maybe I'll squeeze enough and like I'll like summon like my inner force powers and turn this fucking movie off.
but at least see even
Like
with,
this didn't have that.
well, even with that though, like you got a reaction out of it, right?
Yeah.
There was something that gave you like a visceral
Sure.
reaction to the movie.
Yes.
This is like nothing. There's no reaction other than boredom.
Like this is, I'm not joking. This is one of those movies that I would turn this on, get like, I don't even know, 10 minutes into it. And then I would immediately like just click my YouTube to like the halfway point in the movie and just be like, does anything happen? Click halfway through.
Oh no.
And it's another scene of people talking in the same house. And I would turn it off.
Yeah, same. Like I would never willingly watch like this movie.
I don't know. Shitty Pretty, a 3?
I was gonna say 2.
I don't know. It's not
It's not.
horrible
It's
enough
not
for a
bad.
2.
It's just boring.
Yeah, but that's why I can't give it a 2 because like there's nothing in this that like made me angry.
Yeah, I
But
guess
it's
a
just
3 is
like-
fair.
It's just it is boring. It is a dull fucking movie, and I'm not going to. I mean, listen, we watched it, but holy lord, I am not going to give a flying fuck about this movie.
No, I'm literally forgetting about it as we're as we're getting to the end of the episode.
Because like I think we did give a slightly higher rating to Disconnected, and like that movie, even though the ending annoyed the fuck out of us, at least like you had that first hour.
There was something like there was stuff going on that
To
like
latch
kept
onto.
your interest.
There was like interesting filmmaking.
There was something to like keep your intrigue
Hmm.
and like want to. I mean, obviously it leads to bullshit.
Even
But like there was something to like you were wondering like where this was gonna go.
even Old Man Was Phone
Yeah.
is more interesting than anything we just sat through.
Yeah, and
Because
old
this
man.
is just basic.
Yeah,
The only thing, like the only like all the not basic shit, just doesn't make sense. Like the grandma has the doll, it's just like, really?
The demon vomiting on him really doesn't like.
What's a dream? But again, that's one thing though. I would have liked to see more of that. Because honestly, you have some fucking Goomba in a fucking demon monkey costume in your movie. He's on the screen for like a fucking millisecond. You know, if your movie is this boring, you should put him in more of the movie.
Just make him like more prominent.
But instead, that's
Have
just
a
there.
scene where he's holding the monkey and like you see him and he gets all freaked out.
Yeah, like anything. But it's just like
Something, but
it's
they
there for
couldn't
one
even do that.
millisecond,
They're just like,
Boom.
bye.
and then it's just off-screen death. Off-screen kaboom.
Listen, that's all I really have to say. I don't want to continue talking about this movie. I'm going to be completely honest.
It's okay. Well, you don't have to talk about this movie.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
It's just boring. If you'd like to watch it, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just type in Devil's Gift. It's there.
If you know, if what you heard for the past 40 minutes sounds appealing to you, the film is right there.
Now, I'm sorry if the person who uploaded this likes this movie, but shout out to M1KM4N. Thank you for having this movie on YouTube so we could watch it, I guess.
Thanks.
Thanks for having material so we can make another episode of the podcast.
88,000 people have watched this on YouTube.
Yeah, it has ad revenue, so
Not
not a lot, like one ad
But
break.
here's
but
the thing, though. It's 88,000 people. I would venture to guess that less than 1,000 of those.
Well, so they probably did what you would do, right? Because
Yeah.
if you click through the video and you get to the end and watch the end, that counts as a view.
Well, if you watch 10 seconds, it counts as a view.
I thought you had to like end the video for it to count as a view. I don't know.
That
honestly,
is not the case.
Okay.
I know this. Well, listen.
I don't have.
Oh, we can have a conversation now. Well, because see, now that we are content creators, registered trademark, we have the deets, and according to the YouTube analytics, you do not need to watch the whole video for it to count as a view.
Yeah.
Because on YouTube, even if someone watches 10 seconds of our videos, that is a view.
Okay. That's
Now,
fair.
it doesn't count towards other things, but as far as the actual numbers, if someone clicks on this shit pickle, watches 10 seconds, says, fuck this, I'm out, that counts as a view.
So probably 98% of the people
I guarantee you, with something
clicked
like
off
this,
within like 10
some shit like this, I honestly, if I had to be fucking really aggressive, I would say less than 500 people have actually watched this whole thing from beginning to end credits.
But hey, we're one of those.
We are one of those people.
We're one of those 500 that have watched this. Okay.
Because like another thing on YouTube is like they show you like how you can see like on videos like view count, like how it drops, and I guarantee you for this, oh, that drop is fucking huge.
I'm sure.
I would love to see on this video where the tap out point is for people.
Hey, if this creator is listening to this by any stretch of the
Any
imagination,
fucking stretch of the imagination.
like if you're listening, can you DM us the drop off?
Like, let us know the exact timestamp where 98% of people piece the fuck out of this nonsense.
I would love to see that.
Because I guarantee you, it's a meme. It's probably the second someone starts talking.
I don't know how to. I'm just gonna. It's M1LKM4N.
Yes. Milkman. I get it.
Milkman. Okay, that's it. Yep. Milkman, if you are watching this, whoever you are, can you please DM us the analytics?
Here's what I will end this review on from me. Is just thinking about this is more interesting and more suspenseful and more intense than anything I just sat through for the last hour and 27 minutes.
It's true. And it's even more suspenseful because now we get to bite our teeth to see if Milkman is watching this and if they will actually send
Nope.
the analytics, but they
This
won't.
is gonna be one of those like lures of the podcast that we will just take to our grave.
What if like
myth.
what if like 8 years down the road, like the mythical milkman is just like, I got you, fam, and like sends
If I get a DM from this dude, I'm probably gonna like. I'm not joking. This movie's so fucking forgettable that even if like in a month I get a DM about something, I'll probably have to like look at it and be like, what the fuck?
who's milkman?
What video? What is this? Why is this bitch sending me a fucking chart?
Like, what the fuck is this?
And then I'll be like, oh, right.
Oh, we asked for this.
I
whoopsie.
wanted this in my life.
This is more entertaining than the actual movie.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for listening. For They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
And we will talk to you all later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go clap my own cheeks now.
I'm going to clap some serious cheeks.